So goodbye, Spain, Portugal, Italy, and France. There's some new kids in town. Hello and welcome to our Retire Early lifestyle. Last week we touched on how to live abroad like a millionaire without being one. Everyone moves abroad the same way. They pick an overpromoted country where the crowds move and off they go, often overpaying extravagantly like everyone else. But you don't have to go abroad like that. Today, I'm going to provide 3 great live-abroad cities in 3 great countries. Moving abroad in this way has real benefits to the traveler, such as, number 1, you get to experience slow travel or expat discovery. Plus 2, you'll be able to forego those tedious residency visa fees and renewing every year. Plus, number 3, you get the excitement of living in 3 different countries in 1 year. So how does that sound to you? We're going to show you how it's done, and then you can tweak the countries by swapping out countries if you don't like one of my picks. Or you can change the time spent in each country in any way you want, specifically whatever works best for you and your circumstances and personal preferences. Also, travel is changing rapidly because there are so many people that are traveling around the world nowadays that the once easy countries in our own backyard of the Americas are now tightening up the reins and need reassurance from the tourist. So make sure you stay to the end of the video for that information. It's important. Now let's move to South America. I'm choosing countries that are less traveled because, as you know, we don't like to promote overrated, overpromoted, and overpriced countries that are a dime a dozen, right? We'll be the first to tell you Latin American people are nicer, more polite, and totally more laid back and less confrontational than your Europeans are, and that is a fact. Okay, so here's our first scenario number 1, 3 countries: Argentina, Paraguay, and Bolivia. With these 3 countries, you can get some very nice 1 or 2 bedroom furnished apartments. By the way, these countries are not set in stone. These are just the ones I picked for example purposes to show you what you can do and how you can get more value out of your lifestyle abroad. I'm going to get 3 apartment rentals in 3 different countries for less than $1,200 a month. Come follow me along. Americans get 3 months visa free in Argentina. That means you just fly in, find your inexpensive year-round furnished apartment for $400 or less, and then enjoy Argentina for 3 months before moving on to Paraguay. Getting your Argentinian apartment. First, you need to know there is a strategy when searching for apartments online, and that is you have to search in the local language to get past all of the overpriced vested interests and overvalued monopolized property platforms such as TripAdvisor, RentBerry, Long-Term Lettings, Airbnb, HolidayHomes.com, and so on and so forth. Because these rental platforms, they have the whole market covered when you just do a cursory search in English, but you have to get past all that whitewash. Your search will look something like this in Spanish for Argentina: Mendoza, Argentina, Alquiler, Departamentos. Expats like Mendoza, and that's why I chose it for this video, but there are so many towns and cities in Argentina to choose from. You might just want to travel and stay in Argentina for the whole year. It's a huge country with so much beauty and diversity. But here are 4 apartments I found in Mendoza for $400 or less, just to give you an idea of what you can get. This apartment is $363 and is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. This is a furnished 1-bedroom, 1-bath and is $372 a month, and it's 538 square feet. Now, these first 2 apartments, they're quite basic, but they have everything you need to get started. Here's a couple more apartments. This apartment is a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It does have a garage. It's $400 and is basically furnished with everything you need. And look at this price. It's $230 furnished. It's a 1-bedroom, 1-bath. It's not luxury, but look at the price. You can't beat that. It has everything you need. It's small though, at 484 square feet. Now remember, furnished apartments are going to be way more expensive than an unfurnished ones. And here's another one I found. So I guess I found 5 apartments. This one is almost 80 meters. It's a really nice apartment. It's got a big patio area, and it's only $380 for a 2-bedroom, 1-bath furnished. Okay, so there you have it. Your highest expense living abroad, which is rent, can be had for $400 or less in Argentina. Now, about 2 weeks before your 3 months is up to leave Argentina, you can book your flight to your next country, which is going to be Asunción, Paraguay. Flight costs can vary depending on when you book your flight and with whom you book it with, but the main thing is to get the best price as possible. We've always found some of the best fares using LATAM. Paraguay allows American citizens 3-month travel in their country, but they also want you to apply for the tourist visa online. It's simple to do before you travel there, and they will email you your visa. Finding your Paraguayan apartment in Asunción. Apartments in Asunción are slightly higher priced than in Mendoza, Argentina, but I was still able to find several apartments for $400 or less, and here they are. This first one has very comfortable furniture. That's one of the first things we look at because nothing makes your life abroad more uncomfortable than uncomfortable furniture in your rental. So this first one is 581 square feet. It's a furnished 2-bedroom, and it's $315 a month. The second one is $411. It's a little bit more. It's a furnished apartment, and it has basically everything you need. It's basically furnished with a futon in the living area and a small balcony. It does have its own bedroom, but it is a small apartment. And the next one's $379. Very nice loft apartment, 1 bedroom, 1 bath, and it was a pretty nice loft apartment. I saw all the pictures. And then this very last one, look at that price. Cheap rental furnished, 1 bedroom, $253 per month for a furnished rental that has everything you need. It's a very basically furnished apartment, but it has everything, so you don't have to go out and buy anything for your apartment. So the average 1 or 2 bedroom apartment price I found in Argentina was $360. The average apartment in Paraguay was $350, and that leaves us with about $490 for our next apartment in Bolivia. And don't forget, these are online prices. Imagine what you can get once you have your feet on the ground. Now let's take a plane to La Paz, Bolivia from Asunción. Flying is going to cost anywhere between $300 and $600. However, don't forget you're not paying any of those pesky government visa fees. Flights within Europe are much cheaper than in South America. So here's the apartments that I found in La Paz, Bolivia. This first one is a very nice apartment. It's a 2-bedroom, 1.5 bath, very comfortably furnished. The furniture looks big and comfy. It's $362. We really like the big open space. A lot of times with these rentals, you see the kitchens off in their own room, but this one's right there in the great room. Doing the apartment research for La Paz, I'm seeing lots of English-speaking real estate, which tells me it's been more discovered than I thought. Most platforms are asking way too much for their rentals, and they're always in English. That's a clue. Just skip those. Go on to a different platform. They're shill websites. They're overpricing the English-speaking foreigners like they always do. Now, here is this apartment. It's $420 furnished, 2-bedroom, 1 bath, plus it's bright with lots of sun, says the ad. It's also almost 800 square feet. Surprisingly, the prices are about the same as in Argentina and Paraguay. I expect there will be more foreigners here than meets the eye. And our next apartment is a 2-bedroom, 2 bath, very nicely furnished, and they're asking $475. It's over 1,100 square feet, though. And then the last apartment in La Paz, Bolivia is right here. It's $405 for a 1-bedroom, 1 bathroom. It's totally furnished with everything that you would need in it. So these are the various apartments that we found in La Paz, Bolivia. Now, when your stay is up in La Paz, Bolivia, You can fly back to Mendoza, your first country, and do it all over again. Or you can pick 3 more different countries and do just the same thing that we just showed you. So in this scenario, we chose 3 major cities in these 3 countries of Mendoza, Argentina, Asunción, Paraguay, and La Paz, Bolivia, and we're still able to find apartments for around $400 or less, and that's because these places are less discovered, but they're still discovered. These countries are going to have a very low cost of living as well. A single person could easily live under $1,000 a month in these 3 countries. Food is very cheap, rent and utilities are inexpensive, and transportation is really good and you won't need a car. 2 people living costs would be around $1,000 to $1,500 a month in any one of these 3 countries, depending on your rent price. But these countries, even in the major cities, will offer a very low cost of living, and you still have all the services and amenities of a big city. To be clear, we're not telling you to skip the visa. If you want the visa and want to live in any country year-round, that's certainly your prerogative. However, we're bringing you this suggestion because we know in advance that most people won't make it abroad past the 2 or 3 year mark anyway. And this is a whole lot more fun than waiting to get approved. So goodbye Spain, Portugal, Italy, and France. There's some new kids in town. When you think about the expats' average rent when they go abroad, it's between $800 and $1,200. You can absolutely be amazed that you can experience the diversity of 3 different cultures renting 3 different apartments in 3 different countries of your choosing for $1,200 or less. So another way to do this, which we've also done, is to keep in touch with the landlords on your phone chat, such as WhatsApp, which is the most common way to stay in touch in Latin America. They love WhatsApp. Most Latin Americans don't check their email enough, we have found though. This way you could try and work out a deal for a 3-month rent with the landlord if you don't really want to pay for the 3 apartments at once. However, keeping the 3 apartments would make things much easier and more fluid so that you would know for sure you have your place waiting for you in a few months. So we just showed you it can be done in these major cities in 3 different countries. Here are some more country trios I'm providing for you to end this video off to give you some more ideas. Hungary, Bulgaria, and Slovakia. How do those 3 sound to you? How about Hungary, Romania, and Moldova? But if you like Asia, really going to be cheaper over there. You can get 3 apartments in Southeast Asia in Cambodia, Laos, and the Philippines. Or how about Thailand, Cambodia, Philippines? If you prefer, you could just do 2 countries. 2 different apartments for $400 or less. Not spending more than $800 a month for your total rent for 2 places. You name it, it's there for the taking. Wherever you want to go and enjoy the diversity of 3 cultures and 3 countries, just remember to stay under $400 or less. This is the easy and safest way for you to experience more adventure for your money. Just remember, before you move on to your next country, make sure you have everything you will need to enter that country freely without any hassles. Here's some important information I need to tell you about. Most countries now have some sort of new laws you need to know about. You don't want to get turned away because you just spent good money and time flying to a country and then they don't let you in. So be prepared and know exactly what is needed of you. Some countries want you to get your visa-free registration done in advance. Some countries require you to have health insurance in case there is an emergency. And all countries want you to have at least 6-month validity left on your passport and an onward ticket out of their country. Some countries require 3-month visitors to show proof that they can support themselves while staying in their country. So just make sure of all these things before you pick your 3 countries. Do your homework. Okay, everyone, that's it for this video. Let us know what you thought about this type of video. Stay safe, take care, and bye-bye.